And obviously we're all disappointed, in the loss, and we should be. But I told the guys in there that in the NFL, it's how you respond that matters. And you don't have a lot of time to do that. Again, this is going to hurt for 24 hours. And then we need to look at the tape on the plane, look at it tomorrow when we come in a little bit later, and get with your coach and get with the meetings and make sure that we make the corrections needed to win a football game. What I was most proud of is that the guys fought all the way till the end, and we had ourselves a chance to win the game to the last possession. So again, we didn't get that done. My hats off to Houston and the way they operated there. They won the game today. So, but if you look at it, obviously we have 7 sacks. The offensive line. Everybody's going to talk about those types of things, and I believe that protection is everybody. Protection is the tight ends, it's the runners, it's the offensive line, it's the quarterback, it's everybody involved. So we got to do a really good job with that and taking a look at that. In terms of running the ball, we obviously want to run the ball better than what we did. It was okay, but not good enough. Not good enough. You've got to establish the run game. I think it's always a good friend to a young quarterback when you can do that. And I was also proud of the defense. The defense played well. Had some big chunk plays, in the first half. It was too bad we gave up the 2nd and 24. Really good play designed by them. And, we had them where we wanted them there, and they got out of that one. So, and then the fumble at the very end, giving us a chance to win it at the very end, those third down stops. The way they played in the second half, I think, was really good as well. But again, I told them that we win as a team, we lose as a team. I know that's an old coaching cliche, but that is so true. The only way to win in this business is to do it together. And so we'll be making sure that everybody stays together, which they will, and believing in each other and trusting in each other and getting back to work and responding the right way. So with that, I'll open up to questions.
Coach, were you satisfied with the challenge operation, getting down from whoever looks at it to get it to you?
Yeah.
It seemed like both of those plays took a quick review to kind of discourage the challenge.
Yeah, we have a good process for that. It's a little bit different when you can't see the monitor right away, and it's a critical play like a third down or a takeaway. So we do put a little bit more weight on those, but we have a great process.
And how do you clean, just to stick with that, how do you clean that up to make sure that those challenges go in the right direction for you?
Yeah, I mean, we've been pretty clean overall, since we've been here. And again, those were just situations where we didn't get a great look at it, and they were critical downs. And, so we made a decision to do it, and it didn't work out that time.
With penalties, what do you emphasize to the guys when those are coming out of timeouts? Like the offensive line, two false starts that came out of a timeout. What do you emphasize to the guys in those situations?
Yeah, I mean, you just got to be aware of the clock. You got to be aware of the clock, and you got to have good operation getting out of the huddle, and just be better there. That's all you can do.
What's your concern level in terms of the number of times Caleb's getting hit?
Yeah, like I said, that's a protection thing, right? So that's an everybody thing. So we got to do a great job with the O-line, tight ends, backs. He's got to, rhythm and timing on the passes. What's the play design, in terms of getting the ball out, his reads and all that. So again, it's everybody. So we got to just clean that up.
Does his sense of kind of when to throw it away and how to avoid these intentional grounding calls, does that need to improve? And is that an experience thing?
Yeah, I mean, I think like we said in the onset, I think, Caleb's going to improve every single week, and he's going to get those experience and exposures as we go through this and just get better. And that's one of the things he can work on. And again, he's going to do that this week.
A lot of guys in the line were saying that the lack of being able to, get good running plays and get into short third down yardage kind of led to some of that stuff, because the Texans are going to pin their ears back there. Is that kind of how you saw it?
Yeah, that's what we do on defense too, right? So we had some good distances for us on the defense as well. So they were doing the same thing. You're stopping the run on first down and then getting them into longer distances. And that's what you want to do when you are designed as a 4-man pass rush group. Then you can dial some pressures up and you're all pass down, which you can do those things. And that's why the running game is so important, to be able to really solidify that and really get that as a foundation going forward.
What's the process of Keenan Allen determining whether he could go, and what's your evaluation of this heel going forward?
Yeah, we thought he could make it to the game and potentially work out, and that didn't happen, in terms of him making it to the game. So, we'll see where it is, coming here on next couple of days.
Is it any better because of the rest?
Yeah, I'll have to ask the guys. I think it's where it was. I can say that, but we'll see where it is going forward.
Matt, you
And
mentioned
TJ talked about the offense as having potentially a missing piece right now. What do you think that piece is as you're trying to figure out how to get this unit on track?
Yeah, it's continuity. Playing together. Working to get the ball moving down the field. In a positive way, and those guys are going to be working diligently to get that done. So I feel really good about the men in the locker room on all sides of the ball, offense, defense, kicking, and I feel great about the offensive staff. And those guys are going to find solutions to be able to get better every single week, and that's what the process is.
Matt, you mentioned the Collins touchdown on 2nd and 24. Do you have a sense for what sprung that for them?
Yeah, I mean, it's a good player. I mean, a really good player, and he got right behind our linebackers and into the second part of the coverage, and then he just took it in there. So, again, I could have called a better call, but it wasn't crazy about the call. But yeah, so we still fought back and had a chance.
Coach, last week defense shuts out the Titans in the second half. This week and gets a pretty good offense. They hold them to a touchdown, 4 long field goals. Do you still feel like you can kind of just lean on this defense until the offense finds their way? And what does that look like in terms of the complementary football that you may have to do offensively?
Yeah, I do think that we, and I said this many times, and it's part of that saying that I say, is that you have to play well around a rookie quarterback. So who is that? Well, that's the line, that's the tight ends, that's the backs, that's the receivers. It's a defense, a stout defense that can keep the score down. And then, a special teams that can make good plays and flip the field, and score points, which Cairo had another good day at scoring points. And I think Torrey had another good day of punting. I think it was 47 average, had a long, a couple inside the 20. So those are all good things for us going forward.
You talk about beside, how pass protection's everyone. Does that mean, tight ends and running backs, you want to see a little better blocking there, or is it just the scheme? What else do you want to see from?
Yeah, it's everything, because it would be a play-by-play basis. We have to look at the tape. Sometimes the backs are chipping, sometimes the tight ends are actually blocking, or chipping. So it's everybody. Sometimes the back has the blitzing linebacker, whatever that might be. That's why it's everybody. And then it's also the quarterback to be able to feel it right and get out like a couple times he did, and or throw the ball out quicker. But again, that's you have to go case by case and look at each play.
Is your protection good enough for you to be able to evaluate Caleb during the course of the game?
Yeah.
In terms of whether he got better from last week and in what ways he did.
Yeah, you're always wanting protection to be firmer and better, of course. But we played against 2 good ends today. They had 2 good ends that are really good. Daniil's a heck of a player. Will's a heck of a player. They got a great motor, and those guys are 2 of the they're in the top 10 pass rushers in the league for sure. So it was a big challenge for us. But again, we need to be firmer and we need to be better in protection. Everybody.
How are you coaching Caleb to handle the pressure in the pocket? You guys want him to stay in the pocket, but when it's coming from every point, what do you want him to do? Yeah,
there's certain points where I think he did a really good job of riding up in the pocket and making some good throws. So there's some really good positives there that we can look at. And then also he was able to evade the rush a couple of times and get on the perimeter. And then he has to be careful with the football after he gets out there when he throws the ball, in a scramble drill. So there's some great learning moments there for him, in terms of the pressure that you're talking about, of what to do and when to do it. So we'll look at the tape and we'll get those things corrected.